First at 4, neighbors hear something awful in the middle of the night. You're going to see video of speeding cars and find out about the damage they caused. And here's Kim.
Temperatures right now are in the 40s, but we're on our way to a high near 50 by Thanksgiving. I'll have your forewarned forecast coming up.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, neighbors are outraged and shaken up after what appears to be a drag race tore down the street, causing several crashes. Now, people have been cleaning up glass and debris at Chalmers and East Outer Drive since very early this morning. Local 4 has obtained video that shows 3 cars tearing through Detroit's east side. We're looking at that home security video from just after 4 in the morning. The cars speed, spin out, and then slam into parked cars on the street. Some are totaled. One of the drivers is in critical condition right now. A neighbor describing the frightening wake-up call.
You wake up in the middle of the night, 4:17 this morning. All I heard was crash, 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 crash. And come to find out, 3 of the cars were my neighbors.
Well, police are looking for 2 other drivers that ran away from the scene. Sean Lay tracking the investigation and has more from that neighborhood when you join us for Local 4 News at 5. We've got breaking news from Monroe County, where state police report a Detroit police officer was arrested after his girlfriend called 911. So here's the backstory. It happened in the early morning hours last Friday. The girlfriend claims the officer approached her with a firearm. Investigators tell us Corey Ryan Dombrowski is a DPD officer, was drunk, and had multiple firearms. Now, he is now facing several weapons charges and is accused of drunk driving. Detroit police say he has been suspended and the department is conducting an internal investigation. All right, it is time to brush up on your holiday travel hacks, especially if you're going through Metro Airport during peak travel hours this week. Let's take a live look at the airport right now. TSA just held a news conference to remind travelers to do whatever you can to make the experience a little easier on yourself. The security director is assuring travelers the airport is ready for you.
We're anticipating anywhere between 35 and 45,000 people coming through this airport, and so we're well staffed. We've been working our plans with the airlines and the airport in partnership, so we're looking forward to the passengers, the heavy volumes coming at us.
Well, the director says travelers should declutter their carry-on bags to make the trip through security go more smoothly. Plus, don't forget the classic rule of arriving early so you have more than enough time to make your flight. The busiest days at Metro Airport will be tomorrow, Wednesday and Sunday. The busiest hours are 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. and then 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Of course, our forewarned forecast will give you all the information you need to know to make your holiday plans. The weather is already improving as we head toward Thanksgiving. Kim Adams is standing by with the first forecast.
Well, Karen, thank goodness it's not last week, because we had snow pretty much every day and it did cause some problems on the roads. This week looks much easier for travel, at least here in Metro Detroit. 46 at City Airport, mid-40s at Metro Airport. 39, the cool spot right now in Pontiac. Winds are fairly light, so we're not talking about really wind chills below much where the temperatures are, but it does feel like it's 29 in Pontiac, 38 at Metro, and 34 in Ann Arbor. Finally, nice and quiet, even if you're headed to the west side of the state. They've got a lot of snow on the ground from that lake effect event last week and over the weekend, but nothing falling right now. You will hit a few clouds if you're headed up north, but otherwise it is nice and quiet here across Metro Detroit. No problems for the evening commute, although it does drop below freezing after midnight, and we do have a cold start to the day tomorrow. I'll have a look at your travel forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Kim. Well, there is new fallout this afternoon in that mass shooting at an LGBTQ nightclub in Colorado Springs. We're learning about criminal charges, and there also are some questions about why the suspect didn't have his guns taken away last year. Kimberly Gill in the newsroom tracking the very latest for us. Kim.
Hi, Karen. Good afternoon. Court records show 22-year-old Anderson Lee Aldrich is facing multiple murder and hate crime charges stemming from the attack on Club Q in Colorado Springs. So far, it's not clear if he has an attorney who can speak on his behalf. But Saturday night's attack left 5 people dead and 25 injured. The Associated Press is reporting the suspect used an AR-15 style rifle plus a handgun, also additional ammunition. Also was recovered. Authorities say customers in the club subdued the gunman and stopped the attack before it could get worse. Of the 25 injured, 7 are in critical condition. Some people weren't shot but got hurt as they tried to get away. Relatives of those who died are in shock, and those who survived are describing terrifying moments. Listen.
There was a moment in time where I feared I was not going to make it out of that club alive. And I have never prayed so sincerely and quickly in my life as I did in that moment.
I keep thinking it's a mistake. They've made a mistake, and that he's really alive. He was such a, he lit up a room. It's this old expression, but he really did.
Yeah. Now, the suspect was previously arrested in 2021 after his own mother reported he threatened her with a homemade bomb and other weapons. Although there's no public record of charges, advocates are asking why the arrest didn't trigger Colorado's red flag law to seize the weapons his mother said he had. We'll have more from Colorado when you join us for Local 4 News at 5. For now, Karen, we'll send it back to you.
All right, we appreciate it. Thank you, Kim.
Sure.
Well, the threat of a crippling railroad strike is still very much hanging over the American economy. Today, railroad engineers voted to accept their deal, but train conductors rejected theirs. 12 unions are involved in a deal that was celebrated by the White House a few months ago. 5 unions have rejected their contracts, while 7 have ratified the deal. Now, the sticking points involve demanding schedules, also quality of life issues. The unions that rejected their deals have agreed to new negotiations before a new strike deadline early next month. Well, it's an annual holiday tradition to see food giveaways around Thanksgiving, but this year is really different. We are seeing a perfectly disturbing storm that is making it much more difficult to serve up meals for those in need. Paula Topman joins us from a food warehouse over Macomb County. And Paula, you definitely have some startling numbers to share with us.
Yeah, they really are. So the thing to keep in mind is food distribution warehouses and organizations like this one are not just focused on Thanksgiving. I know we're kind of micro-focused on it, but they're dealing with hunger needs daily, weekly, even monthly. Now, when you throw in the desire, however, to do something a little extra for holiday meals, and you do the math this year, it is really tough. Nonprofits can stretch $1 8 ways to Sunday, but even the people who have feeding families down to an art are bending under the twofold weight of growing need and rising costs.
And the key thing is you're not able to serve as many people as you were previously before the food prices and things of that nature actually impacted what we're able to do.
Milk, eggs, bread, especially bread. Meats.
You go into the store, you take $100, you leaving out with just nothing after that.
At the Little Rock Baptist Church complex in Detroit, there is a lot going on to get food on plates and into households.
People come in, they are so grateful.
In the kitchen of the church, turkeys are being bagged up.
You guys have a happy Thanksgiving.
In the community center, Thanksgiving dinner is already being served to 100 people with a partnership with the Disability Network, Wayne County, Detroit. And here's the but.
Previously, we may have been able to set up for 200 people. We're only able to do 100.
Let's go to Macomb County.
It would cost us over $25,000 to provide the 1,500 turkeys that we usually provide for Thanksgiving meals.
And so the food program is giving away a chicken instead of a turkey. October 2020, during the pandemic, the Macomb County Food Program distributed 322,832 pounds of food to a network of more than 70 food pantries, feeding 24,622 people. That was 1 month of food distribution. This October, because of rising food costs, the organization has distributed only 218,634 pounds of food to 24,789 individuals. Less food, more people. Less food, by the way, by nearly 100,000 pounds. But the need has increased, and so have the costs, which are now triple what they were in 2020. Plain talk, more money being spent for more need, which changes what's in the box.
Instead of seeing maybe a variety of fruit, we may only be able to give you 1 or 2 items or 1 or 2 vegetables.
Yeah, those numbers are going in the wrong direction. Food banks will tell you if you have a favorite one and you want to donate, instead of donating a food item, donate the money. These guys, they wheel and deal. They can turn $20 into as much as $100 worth of food. That is the way to help this season if you're able to, Karen.
All right, very good advice on that in terms of donating the dollars. All right, thank you, Paula.